Hello students. So in our previous class, we have learned how to implement a linked list. So that linked list is also referred as single linked list or singly linked list. So whenever not specifically said whether it is a single linked list or double linked list, then you will consider it a single linked list. So how to delete, how to insert, how to search, how to display function works in single linked list that we have done. We have also implemented them. We have run their programs also. So we are very clear about linked list operations. Now in this class, I am going to discuss doubly linked list and its implementation. So this doubly linked list is sometimes also called double linked list. So, see, in the very beginning, I have put this note, don't do this if previous lectures and implementation is not done by you. So, I humbly request you not to jump on doubly linked list implementation before implementing the singly linked list, because many of the implementation concepts I have discussed in singly only. Here I will take or refer them. So, let us start with doubly linked list. So see first the block diagram to understand what is a doubly linked list. So see here, this is a node of a doubly linked list. This node have two pointer fields. In singly linked list, there is only one pointer field and information field. Here, there are three total fields. Out of these, this is a pointer to the previous node, and this is pointer to the next node. So in single linked list, what we do, each node points to its next node. But here, each node will point to the next also and previous also. And there is only one info part we are keeping here. So these two pointers are compulsory. Info parts can be more than one also. So this is template of structure for the node of a doubly linked list. So struct node integer info, struct node previous, and struct node pointer next. So this is the structure. See, information parts can be multiple. So there can be float, character, and many other parts also. But for simplicity and for our initial implementations, we keep only one information. And these two parts, previous and next, are compulsory for doubly linked list. Now you see here how the nodes are linked together. Here is an additional pointer start which will hold address of the first node of doubly linked list. So this is first node and its address is holded in start, which is a pointer. Now see, previous node of 60 is nothing. There is nothing before this, so we are putting null here. And next node of 60 is this node, second node. So this is pointing to this. Similarly, if I take this second node, so info stored is 100, it points to its next node also. This is next portion of the second node. It holds the address of third node. And this is previous portion of this second node, which holds the address of its previous node, which is first node. So in this manner, this is arranged. The last node, if we talk about, then the info part is holding 35. Its previous part is pointing to the third node, but its next part is null, means there is no next node to it. There is one additional pointer and I'm taking here, which points to the last node. This is like start points to the first node and end points to the last node. See, you can also take and in singly linked list just to point the last node. And accordingly, you need to modify little bit the insertion and deletion operation, because in that case, if you maintain the and, then if last node is deleted or a new node is inserted in the and, then this and value of and will be changed. So you need some modifications, but I have not taken and there in singly linked list, and here we will take it so that we can use these previous values also to reverse printing, etc. So I hope that you have understood what is a doubly linked list. Now you come to the point of implementing it. See, here I have mentioned something like this is a two-way navigation and movement is possible. Two-way navigation possible means that I can move in this links from first, second, third, fourth in this direction, or in the reverse order, or maybe backward order, like fourth node, third node, I can visit like this also, starting using AND. An insertion and deletion of node may be performed at any and any design, any location. You can insert a new node and insert or delete a node. That is property of linked list also. So you can insert anywhere in the doubly linked list. Now we talk about the implementation. Implementation, when we say it means that you should be able to write a program, and to write a program you should be able to understand the concepts how insertion is performed in a doubly linked list. So as you have already written the program of singly linked list, and if you have not written, please go to the videos on YouTube and then watch the videos. I have explained in Google Classroom also. So implement that first and then come to this point. Now, how to insert in doubly linked list? Say, if it is a case of beginning, that means the new node is to be inserted in the beginning. So you take this diagram. Now you put your new node here. Your new node is pointed by PTR. How new node will be created? Many a times I have discussed that we will allocate memory to PTR by a malloc statement, and then we will ask user to enter the new value that will be scanned in PTR info, PTR previous and PTR next will be set to null. So new node is created by writing 4-5 lines of code that I have discussed many a times in my previous classes. Now you want to insert that new node and say position is 1, that is beginning. Then you just draw the diagram and see, and you by yourself will be able to, without my help, you will be able to see what to write the statement in the statements. See, because I want to insert this new node which is pointed by PTR in the beginning. So PTR next portion this. So who is the next node of PTR now? So this node 60. So what is the address of this node? It is in start. So this statement comes PTR next equals to start. So this length, dash line I have shown, this is established. Then if I write PTR start previous, because this is start, this is first node, it's previous node. So this PTR has become its previous node. The node which holding 26 is becoming the previous node of this 60. So start previous, because this location is start previous. So I put start previous equals to PTR. So this new link is established. You can see this dash line. Now this is pointing to this is pointing to this. So this is linked together, but start is still pointing 60, but this is not now the first node. So start should point the first node. So we will write start equals to PTR. So start will remove from here and it will come to point this node 26. So we will write these three statements. What statements? PTR next equals to start, start previous equals to PTR, start equals to PTR, to insert a new node in a doubly linked list if the position is 1. That is case of beginning. Now you come here and see what happen if it is the case of last node. See, when we want to insert in the last, we will move our P and PT. So we will come here. P will become null. Like see here, if position is 1, 2, 3, 4, then if user says that I want to insert at position number 4, that means we will be inserting between 3 and 4. But if user say position number 5, that means we will insert at end. If user say position number 6, 7, 8, 9 or 100 or whatever, too big a number, then this new node will be inserted at the end only. So last node case means we will move P and PT. How to move? That also have we discussed in linked list, insertion also, deletion also. So P will become null and PT is pointing to the last node and node. And this is the PTR. This is the PTR. So by looking at this diagram, you can simply write these statements to link it. PT next equals to PTR. That means this link is established. PT next portion is this. This will point to the new node. Previous portion of new node, PTR previous is pointing to PT now. So equals to PT, this statement. And end is PTR. So end will come here and will point it. See, in this way, you can point. As I have already told you many a times that implementation and programming, this is an open field. This is not like history where there is some facts which you want to remember. This is like practicing something and doing it in your own way. So what you can do, you can change it, the implementation in many different ways. Like I am giving only one option to the user, like press 4 or press 3 for insertion or press 2 for insertion, like that. But I can also give like press 2 for inserting in beginning, press 3 for inserting in the end, press 4 for inserting intermediate, and like vice. So in that case, you can use this and directly. And next equals to PTR instead of this PT. You need not move P and PT. So you can also do in that way. But that all thing you need to understand. So your first job is to implement singly linked list in the manner how I have discussed with you. Then implement doubly linked list in the manner how I have discussed you. And then open your mind to do anything which is required or which is asked to do in examination or by me in practical sessions. Now you see here the case of intermediate node insertion in intermediate location or in between. So I again tell you that don't try to mug up the statements. You just draw a diagram, then you see what pointer manipulations are required, and then you will be quickly able to understand what are the statements to be written. So see, if I want to insert at location number 3, position number 3, user have given position number 3, then this is the position. This position means I have moved P and PT. So P will be at pointer this on the node third position and PT will be on second position. And this is our new node PTR. Again, I'm telling you how to move P and PT. I will discuss a little bit here also, but I have explained it in detail in my previous lecture on singly linked list insertion. Now you see what I need to write. I want, see, this is 100 and this is 20 and 80 will be inserted in between. So I want that next node of 100 is now 80. I want this. So what I'll write? PT next equals to PTR because PTR is the address of 80 and PT next is this portion. So this link will be established. Then I want that previous node this 80 is this 101. So this I will write PTR previous equals to PT because PT is address of this 100 and PTR previous is this portion. Now what I want that next node of 80 is 20. So this third node. So address of this 20 or third node is in P. So what I'll write, PTR next equals to P. So this PTR next equals to P. And then the previous node of this third is now 80. So P previous is equals to PTR. So you just draw a diagram, then you mark using a pencil that what you want to do, which pointer should point what. And once you know that I want this, then you can write statements right away without mugging them up. So I have put a comment here in diagram, check what links we want, and according to that write the statements. So I hope this is clear to you now. So we can write the function code. So when if you are interested in implementing doubly linked list after singly linked list, obviously as I have suggested, you modify your structure because doubly linked list node is having a little bit different structure. So you modify your structure, and then menu etc. How to write program you have done many a times. Now come here, how to write code for insertion in doubly linked list. So I have taken these three pointers, ptr null, pt null, p null initially. This x is not required. So I think that I have made correction of the there was a little bit correction after writing this. When I was discussing, I found there was a correction, so I hope that I have made that correction. Let me first check that. So come and then see, this x is not required, so you can omit it. Then position and I. Now these four lines are for creating a new node PTR. So I have allocated memory, enter the value. So value is entered by the user, PTR info. I have scanned in ampersand PTR info. PTR next is null, PTR previous is null. So the new node is created. Now what I write here, if start equals to null, then start equals to PTR. Means if start equals to null and user is creating a new node, you need not ask the position etc. because there is only one possibility there of insertion. So you are inserting there. So start equals to PTR. See, we are also maintaining AND. So you please write one AND equals to PTR also here. AND equals to PTR because we are maintaining AND. So AND equals to PTR, you should also add this in if. Else. Else means this is not the first node. So you are asking for the position, enter the position. So user will enter, you will scan it in ampersand p position. If position is less than equals to 0, that is case of invalid position because you cannot insert at position -1 because we are counting position from 1 to n. Else means position is correct. So if position equals to 1, what to do? So you write statements here, what to do. What statements? So position equals to 1, we have discussed this here when first beginning. So these statements, so those statements will go in this if. So if position is 1, you will write the statements here, and then if position is not 1, then you will move p and pt. So move p and pt, when I say, you do this, pt equals to null, p equals to start, and according to the value of position you jump p equals to p next, and before jumping you copy it into pt. So if p is not null, then you jump it and copy it. So this is the code for movement of p and pt. By doing this, p will reach to the node number given in position, and pt will point to its previous node. pt will point, p will move to the node number which is given in position, and pt will be pointing to its previous node. See, now if p has become null, we will insert at last. So according to that, you will write the code and will be modified. And else you will write code of intermediate section. So that we have also discussed the four statements which we will be using if it is case of intermediate. So this is four statements for case of intermediate. These are the statements for AND. So that all we have discussed. So use those statements here. So in this way you will organize your insertion function. So I am giving the organization complete here. You need to write the code, and without writing a display, the insertion is working properly or not, you won't be able to see. So you need to write a display function. Because this is a doubly linked list, you can display it in two fashion: forward direction, reverse direction, or backward direction, whatever you say. So you can write a display function like this. I have a pointer pt equals to null. So if start equals to null, there is no point of displaying anything. It is only empty message which you can give. So if start equals to null, printf empty. Else you ask the user if he wants to print in forward direction or backward direction. So if user wants to forward direction, he will enter 1, otherwise 2. So enter 1 for forward and 2 for backward. Scan the choice of user in X. Now if X equals to 1, that means printing is to be done in forward direction. So this is like singly linked list printing. pt equals to start, and while pt not null, so you will be printing the pt info, printf percentage d pt info, and pt equals to pt next. So pt will move or jump to the next node, next node, next node, and will keep printing the value. But if x equals to 2, that means you want to print in reverse direction or backward direction. So we'll write pt equals to end. So you are going to start your operation with and. And while pt not null, so until unless pt is not null, you are going to print the value of info, and pt equals to pt previous. See here, pt equals to pt previous. So you are moving in backward direction, like last node to this node, this node, this node, this node, and so on, backwards. Okay, else this is invalid, and then end of the function. So you write in this way. Some students keep discussing, sir, there can be other ways also. I want to give in menu itself the two options, print in reverse direction, print in forward direction. Yes, you can always give, and you can modify according to your functions. You can write two display function, print display forward, display backward, or you can write only one display function, and still you can take choice in main function. So when function choice is taken in main function, you need to pass it to the display function, and then you will not ask in display what is your choice, 1 or 2. You will take this in main and then will pass to display. So that depends upon on your C programming skills and your need of R, how to implement what you want to do. I hope this is clear to you. In next class, we will discuss how to delete from a doubly linked list. So you all will be doing this in lab also. Please complete your single linked list assignment and its implementation as early as possible, so that I will allow you to do this doubly linked list. Thank you very much. Keep studying. Stay happy. Stay blessed. Thank you.